how familiar were you with the book before?
I'd only seen the film,
Only
and
seen
so
the
I
film.
hadn't read the book. And so I read the book, obviously, when we started the adaptation, as a source material. So the art department would say things like, if there are things in the book, descriptions of what you have in your living room or your drawing room that you want to be able to play with in terms of props, then look for them in the book and show us, and we'll make sure they're there. So for Margaret Schlegel, I wanted letters and stationery and photographs and books, and Helen, played by Pippa Coulthard, wanted watercolours and shawls and kind of more kind of artistic side of Helen. And then the actor playing Tibby, Alex Lawther, wanted Tibby's fossil collection.
Oh my God.
Tibby was very into that in the book. So that's present with his microscope. And so you already feel like you're inhabiting a little world. And I would open up desk drawers and find the art department had written letters from like Margaret to Aunt Julie and Aunt Julie to Tibby, and you could read them, and they're letters, you know, that they made up.
I love that it opens obviously with the reading or writing of the letter, and obviously Margaret reading it. Meg, when was the last time you wrote a letter?
I wrote a letter this morning.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I wrote a letter to my friend back in the UK because I'm staying in a hotel, and in the hotel drawer they give you really nice stationery. Wow. So although he'll get it after I've returned, which I've mentioned, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. And I find, and also I have one of my best friends who still lives in Kansas City, where my father's side of the family are from. We've been writing letters to each other since we were about 12.
Wow.
And so we still do. I mean, they're less infrequent than they're less frequent than they were, but we have our whole kind of lives mapped out in these letters to each other.
How do you approach letter writing? Like, are you just saying, this is what I did on my trip? Or like, do you approach it almost like a diary, but to somebody?
Yeah, I think with her, it's developed its own distinct voice of two girls, similar to Margaret Schlegel and her sister Helen, navigating their world. You know, but in our circumstances, we're talking about passing our driving test and what college we're going to go to, and what, you know, getting told off by staying out too late from our parents, and like those sort of things. So yeah, you know, maybe what I write to her in the style of it might be different to what I write to someone else. But I think it's so charming.
It's the
We
best.
should bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah.